Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Being a thorough man. Being a thorough man. I haven't talked about this in a while. And just as I was coming to the end of my last video, I mentioned it. So I said, okay, I'll address it in the next video. Being a thorough man. Ultimately, that's my main thing. Anybody who has read my book, Nice Guys and Players, I talk about a real man at the end. And then the next book in there, Sexual Chemistry, I talk even deeper about the real man. When I've done the self-improvement summits, I talked about the real man, but I used the term the superior man. But that concept isn't new, and it isn't some, metaphysical fantasy or something like that. In the streets, and I know in DC, and some people say it in Philly they use it, so it's probably up and down the East Coast, about being that thorough brother, about being that thorough man. What does that mean? And is that something new? Because coming up, the man that was getting all the play was that thorough man. In fact, I had mentioned this, it was a t-shirt brand I saw years ago, and somebody had said, when I talked about it in a video, somebody said, oh yeah, that's out of Ohio. It was called Main Man. And Main Man, it had several images of this guy. It's like Main Man getting some sex, Main Man dunking on somebody, Main Man getting some money. That thorough man is just that dude who was thorough on all, not thorough, but rather proficient in many areas. In fact, shout out Tariq Nasheed, when he, in his Mackin books, he talked about the urban renaissance man. That was a man who was just kicking on all levels. He had a little bit of everything in him, like the 4 P's that Tariq talked about. He had that player, he had that professional, he had a little pushover, and he had that parolee and stuff. And, it's basically that man that can hit the woman on multiple levels. He's that guy. Okay. I always talk about body game is the base. Body game is the base of everything. All right. So that's the physicality. Coming up, every dude had to be able to be good or proficient at some type of sport. Because just becoming thorough was just in the culture. And I know just different areas. I know at least in the black community. And it used to be anyway. I don't think it's the same, but it used to be. You had to be proficient. You had to at least be able to play some type of ball. You ain't had to be perfect. You ain't had to be able to make varsity. It helped if you did, but you had to be able to hang in some type of ball. In fact, my uncle had told me when he was coming up, you had to have some type of jump shot. All right, so check. You had to be on some type of ball, be athletic. You had to be able to hold your own in a fight. Even if you got your ass whipped, you were respected if you at least stood up to someone. Okay, boom. Had to be able to talk to women. You had to be able to talk to women. You got no respect if you couldn't at least talk to women. You had to be able to talk. If you couldn't talk, you were not respected. You had to have that conversation. And indeed went further than that. I mean, if you were like doing well in school or something, that was actually respected or something. You were smart. That thorough man is just, he's hitting on all levels. Now, if we bring it up to the present day, okay, what are you hitting on? What are you hitting on? Like I talk about nice guys and players, and I talked about the 4 archetypes. Mr. Goodbar, the masked man, the gamesman, even the nice guy. What do they all for? All of them have something. And I said a real man will have elements of all of them. Okay, he got that Mr. Goodbar thing. He got that physicality and that mindset, that sex appeal that turns a woman on. But then like the masked man, who does have some sex appeal, but he also can go out and make that money. He got that financial thing going. And then, you know what? He got that creativity a gamesman would have. Look, let me just say this. I did a video before saying game is a reality. Any man on some type of game got to have some level of creativity. So what if he takes that creativity, he used that strategy, that mindset that he's using to get past whatever perceived physical limitation he has or financial, and he's still getting sex? Okay, use that for other areas of life. Use that same creativity. I say that in my book. I say, hey, you take that same creativity you using to get women, and you putting that into making some money, boom. And plus, women like that thing. It's like my father said. He said, don't lie. You can bullshit a woman, don't lie. And part of you bullshitting a woman, she know you when you say, girl, you so fine, I drink that bath water. She know that's some bullshit, but she's smiling and stuff. So that creativity worked there. And then even a nice guy, ain't nothing wrong with buying a woman flowers or something like that, or treating her to dinner. Ain't nothing wrong with it. As long as she's done something to earn it. If you get that woman who's in cooperation to your operation and everything, and she supports you, she got your back, ain't nothing wrong with taking her out. Ain't nothing wrong getting her some flowers, especially on her birthday, a special occasion. You know, ain't nothing wrong getting her a nice card, or even tell her you love her and stuff, provided she is reciprocating through her behavior and her actions. And plus, a nice guy, you can be nice every now and then. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot. Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, you ain't gonna put up with no shit. You ain't gonna let her run over you. But some of the parts of a nice guy are very important. So you got all these things. You hitting women on so many levels that you can't help but get a woman. So that's why you should build on something. See, that's why, like, you get a lot of guys saying, oh, it's just looks. Okay, but how much money you making? You know, how creative are you? Yeah, you might get her on that one thing, but what about the other shit? What about the other things? You know, how many dudes, they might say they look good or something, but the women ain't taking them seriously because they don't got no job, or they don't got any sense. They don't have any intelligence and everything. That's the thing. Because the more, you know, she might want to build a family. You don't get that father instinct and everything. I want y'all to think about that. Being thorough. You want to be as thorough as possible. You want to develop in all areas. Yeah, I talk about body game. I'm known for body game, but I also got a money channel. Every now and then I get somebody say, oh, you just talk about women and all of that. And I get some of my supporters that'll get in the comment and say, he does have a money channel. That's why I have a money channel. That's why I have a channel. I rarely talk about relationships on my Deep Thought channel. I'm just throwing stuff out. It's all about thinking. That's the thing. Who's to say you can't be that dude who hits the gym? You can throw up 300, 400 pounds and stuff. And then go out and go get multiple degrees. I remember when I was out at school at American University. Shoot, there was several grad students, law students, MBAs, master's degree students who can go in the weight room and throw up multiple weight. You know, when I was working at the DC courthouse, I knew several judges. They could outlift the marshals. They could outlift the marshals and stuff. So they were obviously very intelligent. See, like, that's why sometimes I have an issue with, you know, some guys saying, well, I'm intelligent. You know, yeah, you getting all that play, but I'm intelligent. There's no law that says you can't be both. Anybody who say that is on some bullshit. Because you got some dudes, like I said, I know professionals got advanced degrees, yet body game, they can throw up 300-400 pounds. Like multiple. I know multiple attorneys who could throw up 300-400 pounds. And they have to be intelligent just to even get in law school. And then graduate, and then even pass the bar, even be successful at practice. That's intelligence right there. Yet they could still got body game. Some of the biggest players I've known were attorneys and stuff. They could hit that game, creativity or something, you know. I knew a guy who was generally be considered a gamesman and stuff. Generally non-select, but he still got some play because his game was just pow. He could spit. He had that mouthpiece. He just developed to the best of his ability. He was on the slimmer side, but he actually hit the weight, he popped out a chest. I mean, that's the thing. You can be that, you know? You don't have to be some broke dude or something like that. Who says you can't make that money too? Who says you can't be intelligent too? You know? That's my whole philosophy. That's my whole philosophy anyway. being good on multiple levels. Who's to say you can't be that guy who can have that drip, but yet get in front of people and speak, get in front of a crowd and speak? Even taking an IQ test. Who's to say you can't? It ain't you don't limit yourself. But you that thorough man, and I'm gonna tell you what, the more thorough you are, the more you can like touch multiple women. Okay, body and stuff. Now you ain't gonna get every woman with your body. Say you run into a woman and she just ain't feeling your body, but she see that you're driven, you're ambitious and stuff, and she see you making money, but it ain't even about the money. She's more attracted to the personality traits that will go out and make that money. Or what if what you built, but you still, you got a good body, she ain't feeling, but you still got that mouthpiece. You still got something. Or even the women who just generally like nice guys, you can hit her with that. When you thorough, you got more weapons in your arsenal. If you ain't gonna get her one place, you ain't gonna get her on another. One thing I'll say about myself, I don't talk about myself a lot, but I'm thorough. I'm thorough. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that shit and stuff. Making that money, well in the six figures and stuff. Even at my age, I'm still throwing up some weight. And I'll put my mouthpiece against anybody. Only person I would say definitely has a better mouthpiece, I give it to him, is ARC. But I'll put my mouthpiece against anybody and stuff. And shoot, people may not realize it, but rub me the wrong way, I can raise my hands too. And actually, I was just raised that way. I'm just raised that way. But just being thorough. And every man can do that. Don't limit yourself. All right? So, anyway, that's all I have for today. But just understand, if anybody want to get into Rom's philosophy, it really just comes down to being the best on multiple levels. That's what it is. Just being the best on multiple levels, So anyway, that's all I have for today. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.